Okay, let's start with recap topics for this week. Intro to deep learning and computer vision. I hope you find time to inspect these courses, but now we quickly recap. So, deep learning is a powerful subset of machine learning, and of course, it uses deep neural networks. Think complex multi-layer systems to learn intricate patterns. This capability is why it's so transformative for driving breakthroughs in areas like image and speech recognition and even natural language understanding. Uh, Complementing this, computer vision empowers machines to see and interpret visual data. It's the technology behind self-driving cars, medical image analysis, and countless other applications where visual understanding is crucial. The Kaggle's Deep Learning course, a fantastic resource for learning and applying deep learning techniques. This course provides a foundational understanding of deep learning. It teaches you how to create fully connected neural networks using Keras and TensorFlow. Apply them to classic machine learning problems and improve their performance throughout various optimization techniques. The course begins with the linear unit, which is the basic building block of neural network. You'll learn how inputs, weights, and bases interact and how to create linear models using Keras. Of course, you'll learn how to use Keras sequential to build neural network models, defining dense layers and input shapes. And the course emphasizes practical application, allowing you to create models for various tasks. A significant portion of the course focuses on training and optimization. You learn how to train neural networks using stochastic gradient descent and improve their performance with techniques like dropout and batch normalization. These techniques are crucial for building effective neural networks, and of course, this course emphasizes practical application, allowing you to apply neural networks to real-world data sets and classic machine learning problems throughout hands-on experiences. And of course, I'd like to recap Kaggle's computer vision course, where we learn to teach computers to see throughout image classification. This is important because computer vision is rapidly transforming industries from autonomous vehicles to medical diagnostics. And this course focused on practical computer vision skills. We learned to build powerful image classifiers, design custom networks, and enhance our models with transfer learning and data augmentation. And the skills are essential for everyone wanting to work with image data in real-world applications. We learned that convolutional neural networks, sometimes we say ConNet or CNN instead, are the core of modern computer vision. This is important because the ability to automatically learn special hierarchies of features make them vastly superior to traditional methods for image analysis. And we delve into the roles of the convolutional base and dense head. And this structure is crucial because it allows us to build networks that can effectively process and interpret complex visual information. A key component of the course was transfer learning. This is important because it enables us to achieve high accuracy with limited data. Saving time and resources in real-world scenarios, um, pre-trained models are often the starting point for building sophisticated vision systems. We also learned how data augmentation helps us create more robust models. This is crucial because it allows us to train models that perform well on unseen data, which is essential for deploying reliable computer vision systems. We got hands-on experience building and trained models using Keras, which is important because Keras simplifies the development process, allowing us to quickly iterate and experiment with different model architectures and, of course, training strategies. To summarize, we learned that CNNs are essential. Transfer learning is powerful, data augmentation is crucial, and Keras makes it all accessible. These skills are highly relevant in today's AI-driven world, where computer vision is used in a wide range of applications. Okay, we've covered a lot in this computer vision recap, and I encourage you to keep building on this knowledge. And to further your learning, we'll be moving on to exciting areas: time series and intro to AI ethics. Time series is crucial for predicting future trends. Uh, the other side, AI ethics, is essential for responsible AI development. And today I'd like to start with this important topic, concentrate on it. So let's start with Kaggle's time series course where you will learn to analyze and forecast data over time. Following that, we will explore the ethical implications of AI with Kaggle's Intro to AI Ethics course. And of course, don't forget to review the materials from the computer vision course and continue to deepen your understanding of TensorFlow and Keras. Really, these skills are fundamental for advancing your AI journey. So let's quickly explore the Kaggle's time series course. And I hope that you will finish this course and get certificate. So time series course focused on practical forecasting techniques. Time series forecasting is about predicting the future based on past data. It's used everywhere, from predicting sales to forecasting weather. And exactly this course teaches how to use modern machine learning to make accurate predictions. A time series is simply a set of data points collected over time. We will be working with data that has a time index and observation values like daily sales features. And we will start by using linear regression, a simple but powerful tool. We will learn how to create models that find the best fit for our data using weights and guesses. And we'll be working with two types of features. Time step feature, which comes from the time index, and lab feature, which use past values to predict future ones. We will apply these concepts to a real-world example predicting tunnel traffic. It's a really very interesting experience. We'll use scikit-learn to train our models and to visualize the result. And this course will teach you how to engineer features, visualize data, and build forecasting models. These skills are essential for everyone working with time series data. And this week, we're starting a crucial journey into the world of AI ethics. Today, I'd like to introduce you this course from Kaggle and discuss why this topic is so vital. AI is rapidly transforming our world, and its impact is only going to grow. This makes it essential to consider the essential implications of AI development. And we need to move beyond just building powerful models and start building responsible ones that benefit society. The decisions that AI makes impacts people, and those decisions must be fair. AI ethics is about creating a framework to ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly. It involves thinking critically about potential harms, ensuring fairness, being transparent, and designed AI with people in mind. It's about how to make sure that AI is helpful and not harmful. This course is important because it provides a foundational understanding of AI ethics. It will equip you with the tools to identify and mitigate bias, design AI with human needs in mind, and encourage critical thinking about AI's impact on its society. It will teach you how to think about the ethical implementation of the AI that you are creating. The exercise from this course are focused on data analysis and bias identification and are designed to be completed by people with little to no coding experience. AI ethics is an ongoing conversation, and we are all responsible for shaping the future of AI. Let's work together to build ethical AI and begin our journey with this Kaggle course. So, the whole work is to finish time series and intro to AI ethics. But I'd like today to stop at this topic, AI ethics, and dive deeper into it. So, we're going to explore why AI ethics is not just an abstract concept, but a crucial field of study that directly impacts humanity. AI is no longer a distant future. It's here and it's influencing our daily lives in profound ways. From the algorithms that decide our credit scores to the AI that assist in medical diagnosis. These systems are making decisions that directly affect people. That's why understanding AI ethics is not a waste of our time. It's an investment in ensuring that AI serves humanity rather than the other way around. We study AI ethics to prevent AI from becoming a tool of oppression or discrimination. We need to ensure that these systems are fair, that we understand how they work, and that someone is accountable for their actions. Ultimately, we study AI ethics to protect human rights and to guide the development of AI that aligns with our deepest values. The consequences of neglecting AI ethics are not theoretical. We see them in various criminal justice systems, discriminatory hiring algorithms, and the ethical dilemmas posed by autonomous vehicles. These examples highlighted the urgent needs to address ethical consideration in AI development. For AI to reach its full potential, we need to build trust. This trust comes from transparency, accountability, and a commitment to ethical practices. When people trust AI, they are more likely to embrace its benefits. So, to wrap things up, we've talked about transparency in AI, and it's really important to ask, should we really know how AI works? The answer is definitely yes, especially when those AI systems are making decisions that affect us, humans, people. Think about it. If an AI is deciding whether you get a loan or if it's used for security at an airport, you have a right to know how it's making those calls. That's what transparency gives us, the ability to understand and challenge those decisions. It's about fairness too. If we can see how an AI is working, we can spot biases that might be creeping in, making sure everyone's treated equally. And it's also about responsibility. We have a duty to understand the technology we are putting out into the world. We can't just say we don't know what it's doing and then let it run wild. And now, what is a big issue where transparency really matters? Well, fairness is huge. We need to be able to see if AI is discriminating against anyone. Accountability is another one. If someone goes wrong, we need to be able to figure out why and who's responsible. And of course, trust. People are more likely to accept AI if they understand how it works. But there are some risks too. If we make everything too transparent, it might be easier for bad actors to mess with the system. And sometimes explaining how a complex AI works can be really difficult. Also, people can use that information for bad purposes. Even with those risks, we can't just throw transparency out the window. We need to find a balance. We need to keep pushing for ways to make AI more understandable so we can all trust it and make sure it's being used for good. This is a very active area of research, and we need to keep pushing forward. We also need to remember that what is sufficient transparency will change based on what the AI is being used for. All right. So, we're talking about why transparency is so important, but let's be real. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's a flip side to this whole openness things. We often think of transparency as this modern idea, right? Like open government, open data. It sounds great, and it is in many ways. It's about making sure everyone gets a fair shot, that the benefits of AI are shared, not hoarded. But here's the kicker. Sometimes being too open can actually cause problems. Think about social media. We wanted transparency, but look what happened. misinformation, manipulation, all sorts of headaches. And with AI, it's the same deal. If we lay everything bare, we are basically handing a roadmap to anyone who wants to mess with the system. Hackers, bad actors, you name it. They can exploit vulnerabilities, steal algorithms, even leak sensitive data. So it's a bit of a paradox, isn't it? We need transparency to make AI ethical, but too much transparency can create new ethical problems. Basically, we are working sixth row. We need to find that sweet spot, that balance between being open and being secure. It's not about choosing one or the other, no. It's about figuring out how to do both. And that's the real challenge. All right, let's shift our focus to something incredibly important. Should AI respect and promote human rights? Well, the answer unequivocally is yes. Think about it. We are living in a world where AI is becoming increasingly intertwined with our lives. Authorities are exploring methods for capturing activity to better understand and manage public spaces. This involves combining machine learning algorithms, statistical time series analysis, and image processing. This information about activity in public spaces can be utilized for public safety planning. The kind of project provides an example of how AI can be used in a way that respects and promotes the rights to safety or to a healthy environment. At the same time, the project must take other rights, such as the right for privacy inter-account. To secure privacy, the systems are designed in a way that all the data is anonymized and individuals cannot be identified from the images taken. So, what are human rights and why do they matter in the context of AI? Essentially, human rights are universal norms that protect all people from political, legal, and social abuses. They are fundamental rights that belong to everyone, regardless of who they are or where they come from. They include civil and political rights, like freedom of expression, as well as social, cultural, and economic rights, like the right to education. The core idea is to protect people's ability to live a worthwhile life, to have agency and autonomy. Now, why is this so crucial for AI? Because the assistant can have a profound impact on these rights. If AI is used in ways that violate human rights, it's unacceptable. We need to ensure that AI applications don't prevent people from enjoying their rights or put them at risk. Of course, it's not always a simple matter. Sometimes rights can conflict. For example, the right to life might take precedence over the right to privacy in certain situations. Right now, we are seeing a lot of focus on privacy and security, and rightly so. But we need to think about the broader picture. How is AI affecting other rights, like the right to education, work, or fair trials? And what about vulnerable groups like children? In the next session, I'd like to dive deeper into some specific examples of human rights that are particularly relevant to AI, like privacy, security, and inclusion. We will also touch one on the right of children in the age of AI. Now let's look at some specific human rights that are really important in the context of AI: privacy, security, and inclusion. Privacy is a big one, especially with all the digital data we generate. Things like digital records, biometric data, they can reveal a lot about us, sometimes more than we realize. It's not just about the data itself, but how it's used. Think about how the data could be used to manipulate or discriminate against someone. There's this idea that we should have control over our own data. But what does that really mean? Is it the raw data or the inferences drawn from it? For example, in Europe is a good example of a legal framework that tries to give people more control over their personal data. It sets rules for how data can be collected and processed. There are also technical ways to protect privacy, like anonymization techniques. These methods try to remove identifying information from data, but it's a constant challenge because there are also ways to de-anonymize data. Safety and security. Safety is about protecting people from physical, social, and emotional harm. Security is about protecting them from intentional threats. When it comes to AI, there are different ways to think about safety. There's the idea of AI as an existential threat, but that's more of a long term speculative discussion. Then there's the practical side, making sure AI systems behave safety and predictable in the real world. Think about self-driving cars and how they can handle unexpected situations. And then there's using AI to create safety, like with surveillance systems or robots that handle uh, hazardous materials. It's important to understand that safety can mean different things to different people, and that safety can come into conflict with other rights. There is also the safety of the environment and how AI can be used to combat climate change, but also how the production of AI can harm. And of course, inclusion. Inclusion is about making sure everyone has an equal opportunity to participate in society, regardless of their backgrounds or abilities. AI can both help and hinder inclusion. For example, it can provide assistive technologies for people with disabilities, but it can also perpetuate exciting inequalities. There's also the gender divide, where there is a lack of women in technology. This lack of diversity can lead to AI systems that are biased or that don't meet the needs of everyone. It's important to remember that inclusion is more than just gender and includes many different demographics. We need to be intentional and designing AI systems that are inclusive and that consider the needs of diverse users. Now let's talk about something incredibly important, and that's how AI is affecting our children. It's easy to overlook, but AI is woven into their lives in so many ways. Think about it. Kids are growing up with algorithm recommendation recommending videos, smart toys that interact with them, and social media filters that change their appearance. They are exposed to AI at home, at school, and even during playtime. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Do they really understand what's going on? How do we guide parents on this? What should they learn in school and when do they get to decide about their own data? For example, UNICEF's worried, and rightly so. Kids are vulnerable, and AI is going to shape their whole lives. There's this thing, the Convention of the Right of the Child that's supposed to protect them. It's about equality, putting their best interests first, giving them a good life, and listening to them. Adults are supposed to make sure that happens. But here's the thing. Current law don't really cover all the AI stuffs. So we've got to think hard about how to protect their right. Things like privacy, education, and just being treated fairly in this whole AI world. Let's talk about fairness in AI. It's not just nice to have, it's essential. Imagine this a system meant to be fair, but it ends up hurting those who are already disadvantaged. That's what happened in this thought experiment with the school grades. An algorithm meant to correct grade inflection ended up downgrading students from lower socioeconomic backgrounds more often. This highlights a key issue. AI can amplify exciting biases. That's why fairness and bias are so central in AI ethics. Why does fairness matter so much? First, it's about social stability. If people feel they are being treated unfairly, it leads to unrest. Second is about human dignity. Everyone deserves to be treated equally. Unfair treatment, especially when it's arbitrary, is discrimination. But fairness is complex. As that great example shows, even well-intentioned algorithms can have unintended consequences. So, what does fairness actually mean? Should it be about equal outcomes or about recognizing individual differences? And how does discrimination fit into all of this? We'll be diving into this question, exploring how discrimination manifests in AI and what we can do to build fairer systems. Fairness is a complex concept. Philosophers like Aristotle have debated it for centuries. He proposed the principle of equality. Equals should be treated equally, unequals unequally. This means if two people are in the same situation, they should be treated the same. For example, if two students get identical exam results, they should receive the same grade. However, equality can be blind to different starting points. Not everyone begins with the same advantages. Uh, Equity, on the other hand, aims to give everyone equal access to opportunities. It recognizes that sometimes people need different things to achieve the same outcome. For example, social benefits and often distributed based on socio-economic need, not equally to everyone. We also recognize that certain criteria should never be used to treat people differently, such as age, sex, race, or religion. Using these criteria unfairly is discrimination. Beyond those concepts, we have different types of justice. Distributive justice, this idea with how society's benefits and burdens are shared. Retributive justice, this focus on fair and just punishments, considering the crime's severity and the criminal's intent. Compensatory justice. This is about fairly compensating those who have been harmed with compensation proportional to the harm caused. For example, debates about compensating coal miners for health issues fall under this category. All right, let's talk about how AI can really mess things up when it comes for fairness. We are thinking discrimination and biases, and it's not just a tech problem, it's a people problem. First of all, think about these examples. Word embeddings. These AI language tools, they pick up on all our bad habits, like things moms are nurses and dads are doctors. Amazon's hiring AI. They tried to build a robot recruiter, but it hated women's resumes. They had to scrap the whole thing. Credit scores. Turns out AI can deny you a loan because of your age, gender, or where you live. So, what's discrimination really? It's not just treating people differently, it's treating them differently based on who they are, and it causes real harm. We need to understand two kinds of harm. Allocative harms. This is when you miss out on stuff like a job or a loan because of some unfair AI. Representational harms. This is when AI reinforced bad stereotypes like making some groups look bad. How does this bias get in there? Bad data. If the AI learns from data that's already biased, it just keeps the bias going. How do we fix it? There's no magic button. We can try to remove sensitive information, but that doesn't always work. We can try to balance the data, but that's not always easy. And here's the kicker: even if the AI isn't best, it can still be used for bad stuff. Like an AI that guesses if you are gay or straight, even if it's accurate, that can be used to discriminate. Bottom line, we can just look at the AI itself. We need to look at the whole system and remember, fair doesn't always mean ethical. Ultimately, AI ethics is about ensuring technology serves humanity, not the other way around. We explored how AI's growing power demands carefully consideration of values, norms, and human rights. Transparency is vital for accountability and trust, but it must be balanced with security. Fairness and non discrimination are essential yet complex, requiring us to address biases at every stage of AI development. And we must especially consider the impact of vulnerable groups like children. We've learned that ethical AI isn't just a technical problem, it's a human one, demanding ongoing dialogue, critical thinking, and commitment to building a future where AI benefits everyone. So, as optional homework will be Ethic of AI course. This course provides a framework for understanding and applying ethical principles to AI. We'll explore fundamental concepts, discuss key ethical principles, and delve into the philosophical underpinning of AI ethics. We will also begin to consider the principle of beneficence. By engaging with this course, you'll gain the ability to critically analyze ethical dilemmas in AI, apply ethical principles, advocate for responsible practices, and contribute to the ongoing discussion about the future of AI. AI ethics is not a static field. It's an ongoing conversation, and your voice matter. Together, we can shape the future of AI to ensure it benefits all of humanity. So that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you all for your participation. Remember to complete your homework on Kaggle, both the time series and Intro to AI Ethics. Also optional course, Ethic of AI. If you have any question, feel free to reach out in our community Discord channel. This session was recorded and will be available on our GDG Ahlen YouTube channel later. You can watch it at your convenience. Please don't forget to submit the post-event feedback form. Your insights help us improve and make future sessions even better. Once again, thank you for joining. Looking forward to see you next Sunday. Until then, keep learning, experimenting, and building with Ethic AI. See you next Sunday.